Hi, it's Steve. Today we'd like to show you how to change the broil element on your range. It's a really easy job. Let me show you how we do it. And before we begin this job, the first thing we'll need to do is to remove all of the items in the oven itself and perhaps remove the upper rack as well to give yourself a little more room. Once you've done that, we'll next disconnect the power. So either pull the range forward enough that you can unplug it, or locate the electrical panel, turn off the appropriate breaker, or remove the appropriate fuses. Now to change this part, we'll also need to remove the rear access panel. So you'll want to pull the range forward enough so that you can get behind it, or turn it around. And to remove this upper panel, there's typically about 8 screws that secure it to the frame of the oven. So we'll just go ahead and remove those. And then just pull down slightly on the top, tilt it back, and then lift up on it, and then just set that aside. Now next we'll locate the wire terminals to the broil element. But before we remove those wire terminals from the element, just make sure that there's no signs of any corrosion on those, or discoloration or arcing, and if so, you'll need to replace them. Otherwise, just pull them straight off. And then we'll go back to the oven cavity where we can remove the 2 screws that secure that broil element to the oven cavity. Now with the oven door opened up and the racks removed, we have access to the screws that secure that broil element to the back wall. There are 2 of them right in the center area. And also you'll note that there is a bracket across the front to support that broil element. We simply need to remove one of those screws and then just loosen the other one. You can then pivot that bracket towards the front to release the clips from the element. Then we'll take the 2 screws out from the back. And just carefully pull that element out through. We'll discard the old one. We'll take the new element, again make sure that the terminal ends are straight, and then we'll carefully push that through the opening in the back. Try not to disturb the insulation. Install at least one of the mounting screws to hold it in place. And we suggest that you pivot that support bracket around the front, making sure that the tabs engage the edge of the element. And we'll install the retaining screw for that mounting bracket. And tighten the opposite one. And then install the remaining mounting screw at the back. Now we're ready to go to the back of the oven and reconnect the wires to the terminals on that element. So next we'll reconnect those wires to the element terminals. Make sure they fit on very snug. If they're loose at all, take a pair of needle nose pliers and crimp the terminals and then push them back on. If they're on nice and tight, we'll next put the rear panel on. Now when reinstalling this back panel, we do need to make sure that we line it up properly to make it fit properly. these two folded over portions on the bottom with a little lip on them, and they will engage these two tabs that protrude from the back panel. Now at the same time, the edge of those two tabs has to slide under a folded over edge on the center cover. So they will go in underneath those two little tabs. The center portion is notched out a bit there, and it will sit down over the back edge of that. So engage the two tabs on the edge first, bring it up, clip them in place, and you can tilt that panel forward. You'll need to just put a little tension on it to fit these three tabs across the top in underneath the console. And that should keep enough tension on it that we can then reinstall the screws. Now, once we have that back panel in place, we can push the range back into position. We're ready to push the range back into place and reconnect the power, and your repair is complete.